welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a little tutorial, and yes, I am in a different filming space. I kind of figured out a better space that I felt more comfortable doing my makeup in, and I love switching around different backgrounds, so I hope you guys don't mind. But I'm going to be doing some kind of simple first impressions on a couple of products that I've seen that have just came out, that are brand new, that I actually have not used yet. And some products aren't that new, but they are new to me. So I kind of wanted to just give you my first impressions on them and to see if they are worth the buy. So starting out, I am going to cleanse my skin with my micellar cleanser water. Nothing compares to this stuff. It's my favorite cleansing water that I've ever tried. I've tried quite a few and nothing compares to this, so I figured I would just cleanse my face a little bit. So just with a cotton round, I'm just going to put a little bit on there and cleanse the skin. I just want to cleanse it and have a clean palette for makeup because we don't want to put makeup on top of a bunch of gunk. As you can see, I actually did wash my face last night and there's still dirt and gunk. Alright, now to prime the skin, I am going to be using a new primer to me. I think they're pretty new to the drugstore too. This is a Milani primer. This is the Prime Shield Face Primer. It's a mattifying and pore minimizing. It's also oil free, which is really great for my skin because I tend to have like acne prone skin and I will break out if I'm using a super oily product. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of this. Like I said, I've never tried this before, so we'll see. It just comes out into a clear consistency, and I'm just going to rub that in. It does feel very smooth, but it feels a little liquidy almost. I'm hoping it dries. Press it in. I mean, it does make my skin feel really smooth, but it just feels very slippery, almost like a slippery consistency. I am going to be using a new foundation today. I actually just got this at my door, so that was like perfect timing because I had really been wanting to try it. And I think I might have had like a tester or have had this a long time ago. I didn't know what color to get, so I'm kind of just hoping that this works out. This is the Dior Skin Forever Perfect Makeup. It has sunscreen in it, which is really good for me. This has SPF 35. This is the box that it came in. It's a pretty foundation. I actually really like the packaging. I like that it has this kind of like blurred out glossed kind of glass that it's in. I think it's really pretty. I'm just hoping that it looks good and matches my skin tone. Now moving on to a setting spray slash replenishing primer. You can actually put this on your skin when you have no makeup on, like right now. You can actually do it for a makeup setting spray and basically just for a refresher. So that's really cool. This is actually so worth the money. I really, really recommend this just because, first of all, I love the smell and I feel like it gives you so much product for the price. So I'm actually just going to spray a little bit of this onto my beauty blender before we put foundation, since this is something that you could actually set your face with before you put your foundation on. And then it's just kind of to wet my beauty blender so I don't have to go all the way to the bathroom to wet it. But I really love the smell of this stuff too. So using my Forever Dior, I'm going to apply a little bit onto the back of my hand, kind of shake it up a little bit. Just really like that. Oh, it does say shake well, so we want to do that. And just kind of dabbing that all over the skin. Now I didn't like color correct or anything like that, so I just wanted to see how this foundation worked on its own. First off, I love the smell already. This has such a nice smell. It's like a perfume smell, but it's very, very light, and it smells like an expensive perfume. Like it would be like a Dior perfume almost, or just something really nice. It's very subtle, and I do like the coverage that it's giving me so far. It actually covered up my blemishes because for some reason I'm breaking out on my chin again. They go away and they come back. I don't know why. But I feel like this is giving me a lot of coverage, and it's also very lightweight. Like I don't even feel like there's anything on my skin right now. So that is literally just one layer of that foundation, and I think it did an amazing job. I I'm really loving it so far. I'm hoping that it holds up like really well throughout the day. I don't even think that I'm going to apply any more. I'm just going to apply my concealer because I feel like that did such an amazing job. And with a relatively new concealer to me, this is the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. It's waterproof, which I haven't tested that out yet, so I don't know if it's actually waterproof, but I do like it. It comes off very thick, and it was a pretty good price. So I've actually been using this lately as one of my go-to. It does have a smell you have to get used to, but it's not that bad. And I like the thick consistency of it. So just applying that like how I would usually to cover up any dark circles I may have. The pricing of it was so inexpensive. I feel like I should try some more things from their line. And then just blending out the under eyes. It's crazy how much coverage that this concealer gives you. It is so good. Just dragging that onto my lid. Right, now we are going to bake, and I actually was going to use one of this new, well, new to me, this powder that I got, which I actually will show you guys, but I don't think I'm going to use it for the video because the smell of it is really, really strong. So I recently picked up this Airspun Loose Face Powder. Comes with so much product. I got this at Walmart for literally $5. It is so inexpensive and it is such a great powder, but it has a very, very strong smell. So since I'm pregnant, some smells get to me like really bad. And this smells really good, but it's just so strong. And since it's a product that goes on my face, I just cannot stand the smell. It almost makes me like get sick. And I'm assuming that's just a pregnancy thing because I've never had a problem with that. So I'm kind of saving it until like after I have her so I can start using this because it's such a good powder. I think I've only used it like twice and it was just such a strong, really strong perfumey smell that I just could not do it. So I would be baking with this if I didn't have like a sensitive nose right now, but I am going to just be using my RCMA No Color Powder. This is a no smell, no color powder. Works just as good. You have a different beauty blender for baking because I don't like to mix a bunch of these powders with, you know, my regular beauty blender that I use for my concealer and all that. So I'm just going to be applying this just to set everything. That I have let this kind of bake into my skin a little bit, I am just going to dust this off with one of my little brushes that work really, really good for this. I'm going to just go ahead and set my skin with my favorite Neutrogena Healthy Skin Pressed Powder, which I need majorly. I don't know how people like go without setting their skin during the day. It is so crazy to me. I mean, they must not have oily skin like me, but I have to set my skin. Moving on to bronzer, I am going to be bronzing my skin with my NARS Laguna bronzer. I have not used this bronzer in such a long time, so I figured I would try something a little different that I don't always use because I have a million other products that I need to start using and not just staying in my comfort zone. So I'm just going to be, you know, contouring the cheeks and bronzing this pale face up. This is actually like a really, really good, amazing bronzer. I don't know why I don't use it more often. It's very natural, it's very buildable, and it comes with a lot of product in the pan, which I enjoy, and it also is perfect for on the go because it has a little mirror attached to it. So I've always loved NARS packaging. Really cute. On to a new blush that I recently picked up. This is actually by Flower Beauty. I don't know why I've never tried Flower Beauty, but they actually have really amazing products. I'm almost tempted to go and try like their foundations and concealers because of how amazing their powders are. I really love their highlighting palette, and their blushes are really good too. The packaging is also really cute, and the inside is shaped like a little flower. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but I love it, and this is actually such a beautiful pink. I didn't get that many of these because I wanted to see if I even liked them first, and I love them. So this one is in Warm Hibiscus. It's a very nice kind of like pinky, it's like a blush, but it has some rose gold undertones. So I am going to be using this for my blush today. It is super crazy pigmented, so I'm only going to just swirl my blush brush in, say that 25 times. I think it's such a perfect summer blush because it gives me such a nice little sheen, which is perfect because it will make you super glowy, and it goes with the nice like bronze look that you have with your face. I really like. I think this is one of my favorite blushes in my collection right now. Now that we have some color to our face, I am going to be using a new highlighter to me. This is by Revolution. I have a lot of their highlighters, but I had never tried one of their boxed highlighters. I actually was just scrolling through Ulta and I was looking for more Revolution highlighters because I really enjoy them and I really like them, and I found this one. So I had never seen it before. This is in Goddess of Faith. The packaging is really cute. It reminds me of a really old, like maybe a couple years ago, which I actually have some in my collection. The Too Faced came out with boxed blushes exactly like this, and it almost looks exactly the same. This is what the color looks like in Goddess of Faith. It's just super nice, like champagne-y, a little bit of gold in there. And I am going to just be applying this one only just to see, because I've never used it. So we're going to see how pigmented it is. And if we do need to build the highlight a little more, because you guys know I love me some highlighter, then I'll add something else. But I am going to use this by itself first just to see. Whoa. Okay. We probably won't need another one because holy smokes, this is crazy pigmented. I really do like the shade. I wish it was a little bit more goldy just because I go for a more gold look, but I think this is really pretty. So I am just going to use that today. Put a little bit on my nose. Oh my goodness, like that is so pigmented. I don't even need to dip my brush anymore. And this is drugstore. Like, I don't even care if you guys think I'm applying too much. Like, I love this. And I'm actually going to like dab some off my brush because it's like so pigmented. I like barely even put my brush into it. So I'm just using my Sigma tapered highlighter, which is perfect for putting on highlight. Bring it down my nose and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And wow, that looks so amazing. I'm honestly like tempted to see if they have any other colors. I think this was maybe like $6. I would have to check, but I ordered it on Ulta. It was super inexpensive. All right, I'm gonna really quickly do my eyebrows off camera because nothing has changed, but I will link everything down below on the products that I did use for my brows, and I will be right back. All right, so brows are on and we're moving on to eyes. So another new product that I recently picked up, I wanted to try a eyeshadow base or an eyeshadow primer from the drugstore because most of mine that I've been using for a really long time, I've never tried an actual one from the drugstore. So I picked up this one from Maybelline, and I believe it's new. I don't know if they come in like different shades. Well, I'm assuming they do because it says it's in the shade 410. It says that it's a long-lasting eyeshadow primer, matches skin tone, and it color enhances. So that's something really, really great that I am looking forward to because color enhancing is always a bonus. So, oh, well, it almost comes off like the consistency I actually really like. It almost comes off like a concealer, but now blending it out, it's very creamy. So, since I already do have my face makeup on, it's a little bit more challenging with this one, I would say. Next time, I think I'm going to do my eyeshadow first and then go ahead and do my face makeup. But I already did it the other way, so that's fine. I'm just blending it out with my finger to kind of check out like what consistency it has. But it does seem like it's actually drying pretty well. So I'm just going to smudge the other eye out. Kind of using like a patting motion because we still want the product to apply. And then the palette that I'm going to be using is a palette that I haven't used in a while, and it is summer now, so I think I'm going to go with some fun colors in my Sweet Peach palette. And first off, I'm going to set, ooh, I just got a whiff of this peach and it smells really good. So I am just going to apply one of these neutral shades that are in the palette. This one is in Peaches and Cream. It's just a kind of skin tone shade that I'm going to sweep over the lid to set that entire eyeshadow base that we applied so it doesn't go anywhere. The crease color, very brown color. You can pretty much use any brown. It does have a little bit of shimmer to it, but I love shimmery shadows, so that doesn't bother me. And we're just going to apply that right into the crease. Moving on to the lid color, the actual lid color. I think I'm going to go in with this fun kind of peachy pink coral shade. It's in Caramelized. It's really, really nice and has a little bit of like a gold shimmery sparkle to it. And I've never used it yet, so let's see how it looks. Ooh, I like it. And it actually is picking up that sparkle that's in the color. In Puree, I feel like it's going to, it looks very like champagne-y in the pan, but I feel like it's going to come off in a more like purple tone. A lot of these shadows are coming off super pigmented, but kind of in like a different color that I was expecting. So I'm going to use the same crease brush and I'm going to use that Puree and make it go a little bit above where we put the first crease color, just to kind of darken it up a little bit. And yeah, it does look like it has like a hint of purple almost. Then for the brow bone color, I think I'm going to mix in this white peach, which is like literally just a white color. And then I'm just going to use my blending brush and to kind of just blend out everything and make sure that there's no harsh lines and make sure everything comes together and looks very natural. Doesn't look like we just piled a bunch of random colors on there. Just did this super quick and easy. Usually that's what I go for the eye look. I don't like spending a load of time on eyes. Moving on to mascara, I'm going to be using a new mascara today. This is the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade Mascara. This is in the shade Brazen Black. So I was hoping Brazen Black. Brazen was like a super black shade because I really wasn't sure. So this is what the packaging of that looks like. I've actually never used an actual mascara from Wet n Wild besides the one that I use for my bottom lashes, which is just the Mega Slim Skinny. I've never used that on my top lashes, so I kind of make that like a bottom lash. For my top lashes, I don't think I've ever tried a Wet n Wild one. So this is what the brush looks like. It's very unique. It kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal Beauty Blender that has like that dome at the top and it goes into like a more skinnier cylinder shape. So I'm just going to be using that. I feel like that will be really nice with having this dome piece on the top, just because you can really get into the corners of your eyes with that and the outer corners, which are the hardest parts to get on your eyelashes. Now this actually is separating my lashes really, really good. I love how it's lengthening my lashes right off the bat, and this dome little piece just gets into my corners really well, which I always struggle with because my eyelashes in the corner, they tend to curl, and I actually didn't curl my eyelashes, but they don't look bad, so I guess I just won't curl them today. But usually I've been having to curl them lately because I don't know if it's like the way I'm sleeping. My eyelashes have been curling the wrong way. Seriously loving this mascara, you guys. Like, this is really one of my favorite mascaras right now. I love it. It's super lengthening, super separating. I think it's a great mascara to use for like your first application. For me, I don't wear false lashes. I think I've mentioned that before because I have pretty long lashes as it is, and I feel like false lashes do really ruin your actual lashes. So I just prefer not to use any unless it's like Halloween or something and I'm going for like a crazy look. But other than that, I really don't ever wear them. I really just like to layer good mascaras and make my lashes look super voluminous. So moving on to one of the other mascaras that I've been recently using, never heard of this brand, but I really like it. I think it came in one of my like glam bags. This is by Blink, and it's mascara amplified. I don't know. I've never heard of this brand, but it's a really good mascara. It's just a little one, like a little tester one. Hi, babe.
I love you.
Love you. But honestly, I'm going to have to figure out what this brand is, because this mascara that came in my glam bag is really, really good. It just gives me the volume that I like. And then that Wet n Wild gave me a lot of length and separating, and that's why I use a separate mascara, just to make sure I can get some of that volume. For lip liner today, I'm going to be using my MAC Strip Down lip liner. This is like one of my go-tos. I really, really love this. And then for lipstick, I'm going to be using this Bare Minerals Moxie lipstick in Be Free. It's just a really nice nude. So now that I put on the lipstick, I'm going to be applying the new Lancome lip gloss and seeing how that goes on top. It doesn't have a smell to it or anything. And it does give off that very like sheen, mirrored kind of gloss. It is on like it's not super sticky, but it does have like a sticky feel to it. It's not like a glide on. It does stick, but it's not super bad. Alright, so now that the makeup is completely done, I am going to set everything with the Hangover 3-in-1. Just to do a little overview on everything that we applied to our face today and how I liked it and if I think it's worth the buy. Starting with the Dior Skin Foundation. I think it was really, really amazing. I loved the consistency, the way that it looks on the skin. It makes your skin feel and look so flawless, but it's also very light, and I think that it doesn't look very cakey. It almost looks like very natural, and it definitely feels natural, so I really love it so far, and I'm hoping that it wears really great throughout the day. As for the setting spray, I really like this as well. I think it's really refreshed my skin. I think it set everything really nicely. It's a very nice little spritzer, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't come out too much or too strong, so I really love it so far. And the smell, you just can't get over the smell of it, and that it is a natural spray. As for the Master Prime for my eyes, really loved this too. I think that it's actually one of my favorites over, I don't know if I'm just overusing my MAC ones, but I really like this one. I think it's just going to be my new go-to eyeshadow primer and my eyeshadow base. In my next tutorial or something, I do want to try that with no face makeup on and just doing my eyes first to kind of just see what it does and if that makes a difference. But I do think that my shadow went on really smoothly, especially when I set everything with kind of a cool undertone shade. I feel like that primer did really well, and it did apply the colors very nicely. So I'm giving this an A+, which is very shocking to me because I know eyeshadow primers from the drugstore are kind of hard to find. Next is the Revolution Triple Baked Highlighter. When I was applying this, you guys know that I did say I really liked it. It still looks amazing. You guys can see how pigmented it is just from the camera and how shiny and glimmery and just boom poppin' it is. Really love this. I think I actually want to go on the website and see if they have any other shades. The blush that we used, I definitely will be buying more of these. I really love it. It's super pigmented, it went on really buttery smooth, and I think this shade in particular is an amazing color for the summer. So I definitely want to go back to Walmart and purchase more of those. And the Lancome lip gloss. Think it's gorgeous. I really like the way that it went on my lips. It doesn't seem to be settling into my lines or anything. It didn't give me that yucky gunk that sometimes we get from lip glosses on the sides of your mouth, the little white stuff. Not good. All in all, I think everything worked out perfect. I really love all of the products that I used today, which is super exciting because obviously when you buy new products, you have high hopes for them and you want them to work out for you, and I feel like all of these did. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up and let me know down below any future videos you guys want to see from me. Don't forget to follow me on my social media links and definitely subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.